All right, so we're going to move right into the next game, and that match is the Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2 match. Look, Banter Club. Banter Club. It's pathetic. It is just pathetic. 2-0. 2-0. Bruno Fernandes with the craziest celebrations, and you end up drawing the game. It's laughable. And I say this once again, it's laughable. You have Jadon Sancho, who you paid almost £100 million for, or whatever you paid for him, $100 million, euros, whatever. He's on the bench. Jadon Bencho. I know the young kid, Anthony Elanga, had a bright game, but Sancho, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. You came in and you haven't really done enough. You've had a few games, but you have not instilled the confidence in the manager to play you every single game. You get everything you deserve. Let's just put that out there. United are a pathetic team. Okay? Even if you predict them to win the games as a rival fan, they still will go out and do things like this. But it's a good thing I predicted a draw for this match. Aston Villa felt like they deserved more from the cup game, where they lost narrowly 1-0. And they did go out there and put out a quality performance. Despite going 2-0 down, they were actually trying. And you gotta actually give Steven Gerrard some credit here for the changes he made when he made those changes to affect the game. The signings they made, a Philip Coutinho, a Luka Dean. Man United could have made those signings. Just think about it. Manchester United could have gone and brought Coutinho in. They could have went and got Luka Dean. You see what I'm saying? But they didn't make those moves. They really didn't make those moves, because I think those moves were probably not in the best interest of maybe winning football games. But, you know, they want to bring in players where they could maybe sell t-shirts, sell jerseys, maybe. Maybe that's what they care more about. Selling Cristiano Ronaldo jerseys and Jadon Sancho and Cavani jerseys, Varane jerseys, Maguire jerseys. You see what I'm saying? You get the point? With those players not being as effective as they should be, with maybe the exception being Cristiano Ronaldo. Joke. Laughable. I was saying, goddamn Villa, you done effed up. You're going to lose the game. And then Philip Coutinho happened. But anyways, just to touch on the match, 4 changes for Villa from the last Premier League game. Luka Dean, the new signing, starts. Morgan Sanson started as well, and Philip Coutinho on the bench. 6 changes to the Manchester United team that lost to Wolves. 6 changes. Let that sink in. 6 changes. Let it sink in. 6. Ralphie, bro. Ralph, you're all over the place now. You're losing it. You're losing it. It's all over the place. I know there might be injuries and coronavirus and AFCON and all these things, but you're all over the place, bro. All over the place. Let's take a look at this 11 here. Let's go. Let's take a look at the 11. I don't want to get too deep into, this rant about United or whatever, because, I really don't. I really don't. Look. Lindelof back in the team. Varane, the gifts that keeps on giving. Dalot and Telles back in the team again, right? It's like the fullbacks are playing musical chairs. Fred back in the team. Matic in the team. McTominay suspended. Bruno Fernandes scored both goals. Good on him. Celebrated the second one like he had just won the freaking Champions League. Greenwood, Cavani, Anthony Elanga. Ronaldo is out. Right? Injury. You take a look at the bench. Remember the previous... Wasn't the previous game... How is Harry Maguire... Why is Harry... How? There might be a more underlying story to why Harry Maguire is on the bench. It might be, but an explanation is needed. Jadon Sancho, why is he on the bench? You see what I'm saying? I don't get it. Jesse Lingard came on late in the game. For what? I don't know. Wow, what do you think? You're going to score a goal in Fergie time or something? I don't know. But it's just when you look at this team ain't no good. Just look at it. Look it in its face. It's no good. It's no good. On the other hand, look at what Aston Villa are trying to build here. They spent money, but it seems as if they're spending the money in the right places, right? Luka Dean came in and had a great game. Philip Coutinho, brought in from Barcelona, man of the match performance. Young Jacob Ramsey given the opportunity. Every game, Gerrard has this man in the team. This young kid. Every game. You see what I'm saying? Jacob Ramsey. And he's one hell of a player, man. He is one hell of a player. I think United could learn a lot from Aston Villa, man, who beat them earlier in the season at Old Trafford at that. Lost in the league, in the cup game, but bounced back to earn a point from a losing position. You gotta give it to Villa. You definitely gotta give it to Villa. So in this game, just for some, stats there, and some key moments, I should say. The goal came in the 6th minute. Bright start by United. Bruno Fernandes did hit one straight to Emi Martinez, who had a howler. That was a definition of a howler. I don't understand how he allowed that ball to go through, his arms like that. And that was a comical goal to concede. He was complaining about Cavani's position. Cavani had nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? But the 18th minute was when he redeemed himself. Saved the shot from Greenwood. That should have been another goal, but wasn't taken. And another shot in the 33rd minute was also saved from the boot of Mason Greenwood. 36th minute, Aston Villa had their best chance, and it was saved. Buendia's header from the corner. That was saved at point-blank range by David De Gea, basically Man United's savior this season. And Luka Dean had a very good shot that was saved by De Gea as well. 1-0 at halftime for Manchester United. Look, they started the second half very brightly, but Villa did get a couple look-ins as well. Anthony Elanga in the 47th minute, saved by Martinez. So, Emi Martinez, even with his howler, he did bounce back to put out a very, very good performance in the end. Ramsey had a shot saved by De Gea, and then Elanga had another opportunity that went wide. But then, the changes. Let's just take a look at the lineup once again and identify when the changes were made. I know Ezri Konsa had to go off with an injury. Courtney Howes came on, replaced him. And Courtney Howes must be a happy man. He's a bench warmer these days. But look at the changes that I'm talking about. The Philip Coutinho change, and then the second change of bringing on Carney Chukwuemeka, who seems like he got that golden touch off the bench. But it was the Coutinho change that really affected the game. Philip Coutinho came in, 68 minute. He had a chance saved in the 73rd. But, wait, I forgot to mention the second Man United goal, right? They scored. Sanson with a bad back pass, and you saw when Sanson got subbed off, he was so pissed. I don't know if he was pissed at being subbed off or if he was pissed at actually, conceding that, that horrible back pass and allowing United to score. But the way, when Fred set up Bruno and the way Bruno Fernandes celebrated, you could go back and watch that and just laugh. You see what I mean? Because he was way over the top. Way over the top. And I felt kind of bad for Bruno Fernandes. His team didn't really, back him up there. He scored twice and they conceded twice. So back to the Coutinho situation. Philip Coutinho came on just after the goal for Sanson, who was pissed off. And that was the moment where the game changed on its head. Master stroke. by Steven Gerrard. Because look, Gerrard could have easily said, you know what, Coutinho, man, I know we're 2-0 down right now. The game is lost. You know what? Let's just bring on Ashley Young and just do, damage limitation. You know what I'm saying? Or use that opportunity to bring on a youngster, get some game time or whatnot. Or just bring on Matt Target, give Luka Dean a break or whatever, right? You see what I'm saying? And I feel bad for Matt Target as well. There goes your number one left back spot, bro. So the Coutinho substitution, master stroke, and it proved to be the catalyst that they needed, Aston Villa needed to get back in the game. So the goal, 77th minute. Let me see if I'm getting the time right here. 77 minute. Jacob Ramsey, his first goal at Villa Park, and it was Chukwuemeka, the Chukwuemeka substitution as well, as I mentioned earlier, big one. Chukwuemeka linking up with Coutinho, who put it on a platter for Jacob Ramsey to score a brilliant goal to bring Aston Villa back in the game. They could have dreamt again. Okay, so United not really seeing or taking heed of the warning shots, give up a second goal. Buendia to Ramsey down the left, and Ramsey with the square right across goal. Nobody there to stop Philippe Coutinho from running in and tapping it into the back of the net. Coutinho coming off the bench with a goal and an assist in the space of literally 14 minutes. Man of the match performance. Former Liverpool man coming up against United must have just dreamt about picking up a win in his first game back in the Premier League. He said he missed the Premier League. And Philippe Coutinho, bro, we miss you too, man. We miss you too. You should have never left. But maybe it happened for a reason. He left. Liverpool actually was able to use that money, fund the Van Dijk and Alisson signings, and they won the league and they won the Champions League since then. So everything does happen for a reason. But Philippe Coutinho is back, but this time under his former teammate Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa. What an equalizer. Man United, also a stat, haven't scored from over 100 corners taken this season. And more questions for Man United. More questions for Ralph Rangnick to answer. As for Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa, listen, man. Listen, they're doing fine. They don't have to really worry about the pressure of being in the top 4 or winning the league or anything like that. But after 2 losses on a bounce, they earn a point. 23 points from 20 games. They need 17 more to be safe from the drop. And I think they'll be fine. I think Aston Villa will be absolutely fine this season. And it's a fine performance to come back from behind to earn a point off Manchester United of all teams, right? Pathetic! Absolutely pathetic, if you ask me. Aston Villa are winless in the last 23 home games against Manchester United since a 3-1 victory in August of 1995. It's the longest winless home run one side has had against another in the English Football League history. But listen, I'm going to give this draw a win. This draw must feel like a win to Aston Villa. In all competitions, Manchester United are unbeaten in the last 23 away games at Aston Villa. Well, this is the same freaking insight. Man United have failed to win a Premier League away game in which they led 2+ goals for the first time since January of 2016 against Newcastle, a 3-3 draw. So quality stuff by the Villains, and I'm just happy they were able to make my prediction come true and get a point, man. United, where do they go from here? Who could they actually bring in to make them a title-winning club again? A lot of questions for Ralph Rangnick to answer, and it's just been a horror show of a season so far, if you ask me. Because for United, they must have had ambitions of the title. Bringing in Ronaldo, bringing in Sancho, bringing in Varane, and you find yourself after 20 games with 32 points in 7th, while your rivals, Man City, have 56 points. This is ridiculous. 24 points ahead of Manchester United. Why nobody talk? Aren't anybody talking about the fact that City are 24 points ahead of United? 24 points? This is unbelievable. Sir Alex Ferguson must be having a horrible time looking at the Premier League table right about now, like he have been across the last 5 seasons or so, right? So, look, that's my thoughts on the game. In terms of Villa and their next match, their game coming up would be against Everton, a struggling Everton, against Leeds. They have Newcastle and Watford, Brighton, Southampton. They have some nice games coming up, though. They got a nice run of games where they could definitely win a handful of these and get on, maybe challenge for the Conference League or something like that. Who does Manchester United in 7th place right now plays next? The next game is against Brentford. Yeah, they should handle Brentford, but then you got West Ham coming up. Yeah, you got Burnley, Southampton. They got a nice run as well before they do play Atletico Madrid in the league.